A fitness influencer selling programs online as a Shaolin professional is getting some pushback from the actual temple she trained at, and it isn't going so well. We've talked about some despicable stuff on this channel, and a lot of it has been tied to scams. And this, I believe, is just about the same category of problem. In fact, this is one of the downright oddest plays that I've ever seen for a quick cash grab. And look, I get it. People want to make money. They want to use social media to generate income, and there's a lot of fast ways to do that. Seeking virality is pretty much the most instantaneous assurance to making some kind of money, or there's always your sex worker too. But they are out there. The ways to make money fast on social media are out there. The problem is they're transient, destructive, and tend not to do the right things morally. However, what we're seeing here is just another one of those sort of cash grabs. It is a desire to make a lot of money fast and not look out for the long-term sustainability of a business model, which is basically many of the people that we talk about on this channel. Meet Aura with Ali, a self-proclaimed Shaolin gym girl, quote unquote, as she says, who is documenting her training art.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Clearly, she's trying exceptionally hard to become an anime influencer, but the problem is I doubt that she's ever actually watched an anime in her entire life. And I see these kind of girls everywhere. At least she's not one of the OnlyFans cross-eyed girls that stick their tongue out and drool and stuff saying baka, because that makes me, man, I bite the rage bait, dude. That makes me go mad. And I know some of you out there fall for it. Don't fall for it. Stop it. Just get fucking help. There's not a girl in this world who's trying to sell you something but also likes anime, okay? It just doesn't happen. And one thing I'm sure about with this girl is she's probably never watched Evangelion, Hunter x Hunter. She's never probably watched all of the very intro seasons to Naruto. She's probably never even heard of Berserk or read a manga. And holy shit, I'm white as a snowman. This is not a studio light, as you can tell. We're outside, basically. What her whole spiel is posting training videos of her doing the Shaolin training. Whatever you want to classify that is. For her, it's wearing, questionable items, going to parties, and then also training in the Shaolin temple, I guess. Whether or not she was at an authentic temple, which she was, very clearly. What I call this is paying for the VIP treatment at a temple, which is actually extremely common. In Thailand, you can pay a lot of money to go through these sort of mock-up day in the lives of monks, and it really is just a tourist thing that a lot of people do, and it's something that when you're a local, you kind of just point and laugh at, because you know that those monks have lived their entire life, 7 days a week, for their childhood to adulthood into their elderly ages, doing this every single day, committing fully to the path and the lifestyle and practicing this to a point where it is an entire part of them. And then you have the blonde Karen coming in and spending thousands of dollars to get some sort of special VIP package, who thinks she's like granola, but just so it's hysterical. She's so far from it. That is besides the point. I mean, not really, but kind of. But you can see this is really her whole image as of lately. It's posting this kind of training and these kind of videos. There's going to be some kind of training while she's partying and living a lifestyle that's super extravagant, of course, making it seem like she has this sort of high life and that you, quite frankly, don't. The parties, the monks, the ninja training, the revealing ass outfits type shit.
No!
I swear to God, if there's an OnlyFans link in here, I'm gonna go mad. Okay, no OnlyFans link, but it would have made a lot of this make more sense if there was. Beyond all of this, essentially what she's doing is living an extravagant lifestyle on Instagram and wants you to see it, and is telling you that basically to get like her, to look like her, to probably pursue a life like hers, you need to hire her. But at the end of the day, she's a generic gym girlie. I mean, she is truly a gym girlie. We see them everywhere. Posting heavily edited selfies with what I believe to be waist filters. I mean, the whole nine with this girl. I could be completely wrong, but if we look at this red line, it doesn't seem to line up. A lot of these features are warped, quite honestly, and this isn't just this picture, it's many of her pictures. And with this girl, you get all the fixings too, the whole link tree, the paid for workout guides, the coaching one-on-one, the consultation calls, all of it paid for in her link. You just have to give her a small fee, which a lot of that, especially the workout programs, I personally would be giving for free. Speaking from personal experience, I always do free giveaways, especially on Instagram. I think what this does ultimately, again, talking about the longevity of a business here, is builds faith in your audience and expresses that you do have some sort of professionalism or some sort of knowledge that you can give them and allow them to have for free, showing you that, hey, I'm a company, yes, but here's some value. And I hope that you see value in it. And if you do, maybe you would think and consider about actually giving me money for once, but it's not required. So just take this thing. My idea of running a business is essentially give, and then ask. But after you've given as much as you possibly can, and sometimes if the asking doesn't work, you need to give more. It usually starts out with people online, especially influencers, with just ask. And yeah, that isn't sexy, but it does build, again, a sustainable business model where people know they can come to you. You are a trustable source. You're giving your information out for free. It's not like there's anything behind paid walls or anything like this. And so it becomes much more reasonable to assume you know what you're talking about and you have good intentions. It's hard work. It isn't just showing a sexy body, but it builds a customer base. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, this is like basic fundamentals of a business, I guess, to me, maybe. Which, by the way, if you aren't following me, I would suggest to, fuck that. You don't even need to follow me. But once I post this video, I will post up several stories on my Instagram with all of like my free sort of resources, which is inclusionary to a lot of things. Free training programs, grocery guides, like the whole nine, you name it. Anyways, what am I talking about this girl for? Like, what is the point? Well, it's come to my attention that she's visited this temple for some amount of time, supposedly 2 weeks as per the temple's statements. And in this post, they're sharing a story post of her where she's saying, as so many of you have asked about my workouts, would you like a Shaolin training program like this with the daily workouts and Kung Fu drills we do? And she puts a poll up. And I assume that she's going to take this poll, and everybody who said yes, she's going to DM and send them some kind of framework to try to sell them this program. Now, obviously, the temple's publicly coming out and saying that they have no affiliation, they don't agree with these kind of postings, and they simply do not want anything to do with her. And for the most part, Ali has been completely ignoring them, not addressing them at all in any of her public statements, just continuing on with the drill. Until recently. To give you some of the cliff notes of this really, really long post, essentially, someone else is earning commission based on bookings in the temple pipeline or something like that. It is not as humble as you think it is. These people got to make money, so they probably have some sort of sales rep remotely working for them to book packages like the VIP one I told you about, and then that person gets commission based on every package sold. Now, what Ali is claiming is that the girl running this page and doing the sales work is the one trying to say that she's doing these things. Now, it's actually not the temple at all. It's not the monks. It is her. However, what's interesting is, according to some of the most dedicated Redditors I've ever seen in the world who have been following this situation from head to toe, which blows me away, she has been claiming publicly that she was there for months as opposed to the 2 weeks that she was actually there. And of course, we saw the post where she said that she's going to give you a Shaolin training program, which I personally feel is completely disingenuous and disrespectful entirely to the absolute heritage, like the beautiful heritage and historical significance of that specific culture of the world. Like, it is a very unique thing. It's very coveted for a reason, and to be using it as sort of this leverage in your training or even in your coaching at all, I feel, again, is just so disingenuous. I trained Muay Thai in Thailand while I was living there like mad. I would go, there's 2 sessions a day. I would go for 3 hours in the morning. Sometimes it'd be like 2, and then 3 hours at night. It was brutal. And I did that for a very long time. But what didn't happen was when I came back to the United States after living in Thailand for so long, I didn't sell Muay Thai programs. I didn't go to a Muay Thai gym and say, I'm going to be a trainer.
In time, you will call me Master.
I didn't do any of that because I still feel very, very incompatible with what would be like professional fighting. I don't feel established. I still feel very underwhelmingly experienced. So I know what I'm doing in a sense, but truly I don't know enough to be like confidently saying, yeah, here, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this. As well, I respect the culture that is Muay Thai in Thailand because it is a massive thing there. And I am in no way in touch with that as much as I would need to be to call myself any sort of representative for the sport. I still pay to get taught Muay Thai on a regular basis. In no way do I feel compatible with teaching people Muay Thai. So I don't know what she's thinking. And she also blocked the temple's Instagram page, which I feel like is just a little bit odd if you're trying to say that this is all just a big miscommunication and you're not trying to sell training programs and this is this person who's mad because you're taking their sales commission. Also kind of odd if you just want to give credit to your master. Like, how are you supposed to tag the temple? And I don't know. It's just all really weird. And you see there's just like a ton of Redditors who have truly been following this for quite some time, as well as people in her comment section, which she heavily polices, where they are bringing these things up and talking about how this doesn't make any sense. She is clearly misrepresenting some bit of information, or at least trying to lean the story in her favor. And of course, these posts are going viral. And how Instagram works is you rarely get content shown to the audience that's already following you. So yeah, you might have all of these people who know your shenanigans and they're going to voice their opinions on it. But the likelihood is, as soon as you have a piece of content go viral, it's going viral for an entirely new audience. If I have a piece of content on Instagram that I post and it gets 150,000 views compared to like my normal, which is like 30 to 50,000, the extra views are almost always new viewers. They're completely unoriginal. They are from some other crevice of the internet. And so they have no awareness of what has happened, the situation, and they come to this girl's profile, they see she's doing these really cool things because they are really cool, and she's selling programs. Again, very misleading, and I think clarity is significantly lacked here. Sure, if you want to be a fitness coach, go do that. I recommend it. It is a great path, especially when you're trying to be an entrepreneur and blend what you do with your income, which I think can be a dangerous thing to do, but also, you know, maybe an interesting thing if you really are passionate about it. But be a fitness coach. Do your thing. Don't sell Kung Fu programs. Like, don't do that. You're not a monk. You don't deserve the title. You don't deserve to be calling yourself someone, I mean, just labeling yourself or even giving an indication that you're some form of professional. You were there for 2 weeks. You are messing with people's heritage and lifetimes to truly leverage benefit. Now, this is my own belief, but any way you cut it, I don't like how this looks. It looks, again, very disingenuous. And I would hope that if you take away anything from this video, learn to please look into people. Google their names. Like, do some research. Just see what's going on. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, there are situations where there's communities of people on the internet, like Reddit specifically, where they can demonize you. They can demonize you and come up with this sort of like mob-like mentality about how bad of a person you are, and that's not actually true. People just on Reddit are historically toxic, like very toxic. But sometimes there's an inkling of truth, you know? And what everyone says, even if it hurts your feelings, some of it, just a little bit of it, maybe 10%, maybe 15%, but a little bit of it is true. Do your due diligence, right? If you're gonna buy a product from somebody, if you're gonna buy a service from somebody, make sure that that person is a truly good person. Like, I don't know how better to say this. Like, there are very clearly signs that indicate somebody knows what they're talking about. They're a genuine person. And there's signs that there's probably not this genuosity that these people are trying to imbue. There's signs that they don't have your best interest. There's signs that they are interested in a fast cash grab, and you need to be looking out for those things as a consumer, especially in fitness, because these things happen left, right, and center. But I do hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe. It does absolutely wonders for the channel, you guys. We got to get to 100,000 like seriously yesterday. Also, links down in the description if you do want to help this channel out. You don't have to do anything for me outside of the liking and subscribing, but those links do help this channel out indirectly. So please, by all means, look at them. We have Anabolic Insights, the best blood work and sophisticated, I would say, organization of those blood markers that you can ever find on the internet. Like, truly one of the best companies. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It is the most valuable blood work that you can get in terms of cost effectiveness. It is the cheapest. And then on top of that, you get a fully functional dashboard, which allows you to display all the information via graphical data, track trends over time. I mean, it is truly some next level shit, and I wouldn't be vouching for it if I didn't believe in it. We also have our sponsor, which again, great products. Like, I think they're very, very genuine. Colt has some of these hydration drinks that I love. Fortunately, I'm at the Olympia. The expo hasn't started yet. I don't have any on me. I do have my White Monster though. However, if you want to go get yourself some of their hydration products, the link will be down in the description. I appreciate you, everything you guys do for me. I hope you have a beautiful week. And if you are at the Olympia, hopefully I'll get to see you there. Make sure you come up and take some pictures. And if you did, I thank you already.